G'day nerds, Luke here. Thank you for watching Cyberpunk 2077 Good, Bad and Sad Review. That is what this video is going to be. We'll start off with the introduction and disclaimer. As a heads up, this video will be a talking point video filled with coarse language. Persons under 18 and sensitive eared snowflakes, watch at your own discretion. You've been warned. Firstly, I would like to commend CD Projekt Red, the developers of Cyberpunk 2077, for bouncing back after Cyberpunk's infamous release and not abandoning their hidden gem, much like the developers of Anthem did. ... These are queuing docs for viewers to type in the comment section. Oof, shots fired. Cyberpunk 2077. What? Oh. If you have not finished your playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077 and do not want your experience ruined, please click away from this video as it contains lots of spoilers. If you are still here, consider staying till the conclusion, as comments, views and opinions that have you thinking, oh my god, what is he talking about, may or may not be resolved there. I make no promises. Credit forward to the original writer Bruce Bethke, who wrote the Cyberpunk short story concept in literature in 1983, and Mike Pondsmith, who created the Cyberpunk tabletop board game in 1988. Here come the gripes. Acknowledging we don't live in a perfect world, the previous paragraphs are about where the pleasantries end. The game is still far without faults and was sold to consumers with the promise of explore a vast open world at your leisure, play how you want with diverse builds. Instead, we've been hit with a semi-linear metaverse where you either build a Netrunner, Blade Runner, Net Gunner, a Gunslinger, and a Doom Clock, where our main character, we'll talk about that a bit later, getting into spoiler territory. The biggest problem I have with the game, Cyberpunk 2077, is a pointless waste of time. They gave our protagonist a personal dilemma, told us to solve it, only to provide no solution, instead false hopes and broken promises. More to follow on this in the spoiler alerts. Well, this is the spoiler alert. More to follow on this in the spoiler territory. I made a mistake excluding the body as a factor. DNA reconfiguration has progressed too far. Alt Cunningham, Cyberpunk 2077. Question. Google, who is Alt Cunningham? Answer. Alt Cunningham, aka Alt, is the creator of Soulkiller, so she is technically the creator of all the souls trapped in Mikoshi, in which at the end of the game she absorbs them into herself to become something greater. Those are her very words. How Blade Runners are even feasible anymore with katana nerfs unless you play on easy difficulty is unfathomable. Gunslingers? Are you fucking kidding me? I warned you about the language. V can't even akimbo Jackie's pistols. Acquiring Johnny Silverhand's possessions, more specifically his car and pistol, comes far too late in the game, and most recently with patch 2.0, a no stamina drain penalty for sprinting, whilst a stamina drain penalty for shooting has been implemented in before. It's a video game, comments, yeah. Let's leave that alone for a minute. Talk about the Gorilla Arms. Okay, let's talk about Gorilla Arms for a moment. If it's just a video game, why the realistic recoil? You can sprint in digital world with unending stamina, but shoot a couple of bullets standing still from behind cover, stamina gone. Excuse me, what? Don't even get me started on realistic recoil and nerfed revolvers, because in 2077, weapon manufacturers lost the concept of threaded barrels and recoil compensators. Like, watch a fucking YouTube video. Holy shit. Yet Cyberpunk 2077 has handheld railguns, also known as tech weapons, that don't even overheat and melt barrels when firing consecutive shots. Watch a fucking YouTube video. This would be realistic. I really wish, universally, game developers would do extensive research in terms of weapon manipulation and combat before implementing them into a video game. In today's day and age, with the expertise and information available, there is no excuse. There is no excuse for any of this bullshit in any video game. You have YouTube, and on YouTube you can type in gun handling, weapon handling, and watch a plethora of videos on YouTube from all these gun tubers that show you how to minimize and reduce recoil when firing consecutive shots, and they teach you about threaded barrels with recoil compensators that reduce recoil. But it's a video game, dude. Just relax. Fuck off. How does that sound? Oh yeah, don't get me started, Gorilla Arms. Realistic recoil, by the way. Why is it that when I had Gorilla Arms installed on one of my deleted characters, projectile weapons, more specifically the M251 you acquire from Woodman, still bouncing around uncontrollably? Question: Google, how much stronger is an adult male gorilla than an adult male human? Answer: roughly, depending on circumstance, a fully grown male silverback gorilla is 4 to 10 times stronger than a fully grown adult human male. Realism, by the way. Video game, by the way. If Gorilla Arms can tear open locked doors, why not when combined with a bipod on LMGs? Also, the bipod should be deployable with animation. We receive recoil reduction, and the LMGs you pry from turrets also using Gorilla Arms should have recoil reduction. 4 to 10 times stronger. Like, I'm not like the most, Mr. Strongest Man in the universe or applying to be for a Mr. Olympia. Pretty fucking strong, right? Like, and then you watch these guys on YouTube that have been like handling weapons most of their lives, even since their daddies bought them up since they were a kid, shooting firearms. There's barely any weapon recoil when firing consecutive shots. Go and watch Garand Thumb's videos. Just I'm gonna leave it there, right? Just go and watch his videos. Check out how much recoil there is when he shoots weapons. Oh, and you know what? Forgotten weapons. They literally there's what is it? The M60 and the Galil, and there's another one that I'm forgetting. It's like a German, one of the FG-42s from World War II. Like literally, they don't even deploy. He didn't even deploy the bipod. Minimal recoil. Fucking video game developers. As a side note to Gorilla Arms, well, the wrist rocket watching an Adam Smasher fight on YouTube whilst writing this both need a massive buff. I had to leave that there and compose myself and move on to the next. Here come the spoilers. Please, if you haven't finished the game yet and do not want spoiler alert, we're getting into spoiler territory. I'm literally going to ruin the game for you if you keep watching, so it is what it is. I've given you fair warning. Here come the spoilers. In Cyberpunk 2077, you play as a character called V. Vincent if you opt for male V, or Valerie if you opt for female V during character creation. In the preamble, spoiler alert, V and their battle buddy Jackie Wells are tasked with the search and rescue of one Sandra Dawson. Considering how significant Jackie seems, he really isn't and ends up dying at the end of the first main gig, Cyberpunk Talk for main mission, the heist, which is contagious because Jackie passes, spoiler alert, because Jackie passes an engram, Cyberpunk Talk for digital consciousness biochip, to V, your character, which depending on how you roll the metaphorical game-ending dice, it's all bad news. Specifically titled gigs to complete to get the engram removed. There's our personal dilemma, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. 7 endings at the time of writing, 3 different outcomes, none of them great, spoiler alert, and at best, going down in a blaze of glory or turning into an old man or old lady, South of Sea in your 30s, Dexter Deshawn, Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, remember that line, gamer? Fuck me. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an avid lover of sad or bad endings, neither predictable plot in either video games or movies, but after spending 500 hours never finishing the game and deleting so many attempts, saving only 3 characters, at level 45, 38, 26, I instead opted to watch all the endings on YouTube. These 3 characters are basically at the point where I feel their builds are effective and can feel a good synergy forming. Also max difficulty, no deaths to that point. If I've done my research thoroughly, the Sun ending, the Star ending, Temperance, the Devil ending, Don't Fear the Reaper ending, Path of Least Resistance, and the 7th ending in Phantom Liberty, after watching them all and realising none offer a solution for V's conundrum, it made me realise how necessary and important good and happy endings are. Even with the Phantom Liberty DLC, more promises of curing and fixing V's engram dilemma from Alt Cunningham and Mikoshi, Anders Hellman and the blueprint of the engram he gives you to Songbird and the NUSA. But nope, V has either, spoiler alert, V has either 6 months left to live, then dies with Johnny Silverhand taking over V's body and the legend that V built where Johnny failed, fucking moron, and, or becoming another face in the crowd who no one respects, recognises or fears. Don't let this city swallow you up, and if it does, make sure it remembers you. Row, Cyberpunk 2077. You can't make this shit up, really. Or you could sell out, become a pencil pusher for the NUSA, the Solomon Reed, updated, staring out a window into some artificial environment, knowing that's not how Night City looks at all. What the fuck is wrong with people, more specifically game developers? Like, let's do a brief recap. Personal dilemma? Check. Complete missions to solve dilemma? Check. Anders Hellman? Nope. Old Cunningham? Already told you how that goes. Nope. NUSA and Songbird? Nope. Nope. Sorry, V, not looking good for you. Sadistic fucking cunts. The writers of the game I'm talking about. As I mentioned earlier, most of you watching will understand how immensely disappointing it would be after the emotional roller coaster we endured to not receive future DLC for the game. If we take a moment to reflect, V puts in so much time annihilating gang goons, leveling up, acquiring skills and perk points, saving eddies, buying chrome, Cyberpunk talk for combat implants, fighting, looting, saving more eddies, Cyberpunk talk for in-game cash, currency, credits, money. Yeah, I said that without fucking it up. Well done. Buying vehicles and apartments only to, sad and bad endings suck. Doing a side gig, Cyberpunk talk for side mission, for a dude called Dennis in the Afterlife, a bar in Night City where all the cool mercs and fixers hang out, sends V on one gig called Big in Japan, where you rescue a brain surgeon called Harayushi. It is explained to you, Harayushi assassinates a Tiger Claws boss by botching the individual's brain surgery, resulting in death. Why did none of the writers at Force CDPR believe it would be a good idea to write an ending that goes something like this? Hey V, remember Harayushi, that brain surgeon you rescued? He might be able to help you with your engram dilemma. He is a brain surgeon after all. Take the engram blueprints Anders Hellman gave you and allow Harayushi to have a look. Cut content and character development. Fuck me. I know, right? But no, V's going to some specialist resort in Sweden, and even if the engram can be removed, your body is still breaking down and going to reconfiguration has progressed too far. Dying, or stripped of your Night City and power influence. Fuck's sake. Like, I haven't literally been sitting here rehearsing this. This is literally the game. Dumb. No, not dumb, because in a gig where you team up with Elder Caldo Nomad, Desert Mummy, Pan Am Palmer to ambush a Kang Tao convoy and abduct Anders Hellman, after successfully acquiring and interrogating him, he tells you, or at least alludes to this. Ugh, bad writers. What was the purpose of not giving us an ending where V has the biochip removed, Johnny gets a new body, and the two of you embark on even crazier missions? Johnny is V's new battle buddy, tougher enemies, preem loot, more content. For fuck's sake, morons. How hard is it? Shit. You two are connected in ways I can't make heads or tail of. Victor Vector, Cyberpunk 2077. Now, don't get me wrong, for all the gripes I have with the endings, I immensely enjoyed gigs, side gigs, and NCP dispatcher gigs. The writing and story adaptation, all the mysteries, twists and turns, most of the gigs, side gigs, the hidden gigs you pick up from info shards is outstanding. It really is. Like, all that shit that I just mentioned there, fuck the previous paragraphs, that's kind of, it's not insignificant, but like that paragraph, that is why we play the game, because that shit's good. Outstanding. Equally, I immensely dislike Cyber Psycho missions. Fucking Cyber Psycho missions, dude. Extremely unbalanced, dumb one-shot mechanics, either V dealing them or Cyber Psycho's one-shooting V. Braindance missions were a complete bore. I fought the law, playing detective in the Perella's residence, even more specifically, River's Ward's side job, Follow the River, and that gig was disturbing. I played it once, completed it, never again. Like, I'm sorry whoever wrote that quest, Follow the River. I'm sorry, like, for what happened to you in your life, but you didn't need to subject us to that sort of fuckery. Like, I had a shit childhood myself. Fuck you. I'm not sure if CDPR understands or knows the metaphorical game gold mine and sandbox they have created with the Night City world and potential it has. I heard recently in Cyberpunk 2077 news that they are shifting development to Project Omnium, which somehow ties into Cyberpunk 2077 and switching to the Unreal 5 engine from their current Red engine for better graphics. Are you fucking kidding me? I just watched a different video titled Cyberpunk 2077 4K photorealistic graphics. Unreal 5 engine, what the fuck for? The Red engine is great. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. Morons. Notes that helped my interns write this for me. You guys can read that at your own discretion. Talk about one-shot mechanics. Oh, one-shot mechanics in any game are so dumb. Looking at you, Grim Dawn. Talk a little bit about Grim Dawn and the one-shot mechanics in that game. In Grim Dawn, there are like certain resistances that you build your character up for. Elemental resistances, lightning, fire, cold, and a fourth one, sorry. And there are other ones like ether damage, chaos damage, and bleeding and poison damage. If you don't spec your character like for the specific areas to resist those damage types when you go to them, you're gonna get fucking one shot. The game doesn't do a great job either at explaining that to you, but you kind of pick it up through the beginning and the intro of the game. Cyberpunk 2077, yeah, it's more of just a go and kill those gang goons. V, you'll learn as you go. Yeah, right. There were many times in Cyberpunk 2077 I was one shot and could not understand how. The first fight, my first Oda fight, very hard difficulty. Internet, dude, you didn't build to the meta. Yeah, fuck off. I died 10 times before YouTubing how to defeat Oda because, level 20 tech, a legendary crafted shotgun dealing X amount of bonus damage from crafted weapons, taking him down to 45%, for him to cloak, bounce away, heal, bounce back, and one-shot me. Oh, I'm so mad just reading that because it's literally taking me back to that first Oda fight. Like, fuck you, whoever scripted that fucking. Question: Google, what does legendary mean? Answer: remarkable enough to be famous. They should have named it the not too remarkable shotgun. Turns out I needed a smart weapon that I didn't have because I was spec'd for shotguns, LMGs, guerrilla arms, grenades, and crafting, and didn't have the correct Chrome installed to make use of smart weapons. So much for diverse builds, bro. You didn't even active camo or slow motion? Fuck off with your meta or shit. Sorry, did I forget to mention that I had tech level 20 receiving X amount of armor per level, also receiving X amount of bonus armor via a perk that no longer exists, updated from crafted clothing, not soaking up any damage, no visible armor bar, just one shot. Internet bro, do you even understand the game mechanics? Me? No, I don't, because we better not finish that sentence, yeah. Still me. But now, with patch 2.0, the Phantom Liberty DLC, which I don't own nor will I ever, by the way, armor is all changed and works as intended. Right, correct content and mechanics hidden behind a DLC paywall. Shakes my head. I was so mad. I deleted that fucking character and started a new one because one-shot mechanics are fucking dumb. That's me composing myself so I don't lose my shit. Dude, you should stop swearing. You're probably losing viewers due to your inability to demonstrate an extensive range of vocabulary. Oh, cursing is a sign of a weak mind and a weaker character. Unknown. I've got you. How about you wrap your extensive fucking lips around? Might I direct you back to the intro and disclaimer? How does that sound? Yeah, right, where I literally warn you coarse language. How about cover in the game? Cover, yeah. No cover throughout the game, i.e. walls, barricades, vehicles and various random objects work great against conventional weapons, so long as you're not fighting against smart or tech weapons that one-shot you through, around, or over the object and your armor. Talk about the Nash fight. Oh, the fucking Nash fight. Pan Am slides her fat-ass redneck truck into battle. V exits out the passenger side into gunfire. Dead. Oops, no, here we go. Finally got a break. Up the stairs, into a building, and one shot by Nash with a fucking tech rifle through cover. Awesome. Love the game mechanics. Understand them fully. Talk about Sasquatch. When you fight Sasquatch, that overpowered, overgrown, juiced bitch where there is no fucking cover, having minimal points into reflexes, no points into cold-blooded, my dodges were minimal, my armor tanked no damage. Oh, and did I forget to mention there was no fucking cover for that fight? Fuck off. Now, again, of course, with patch 2.0, the DLC paywall, cold-blooded has been removed, and I'm moving on before I really lose my shit. I died 4 times, YouTubed how to defeat Sasquatch, then deleted that fucking character because Cyberpunk 2077, the fucking metaverse. This isn't the Cub Scouts, nerd. Chew it up and spit it out. Rogue, Cyberpunk 2077. Fuck you, Rogue, you old cunt. Probably Pan Am Palmer, Cyberpunk 2077. So true. As a side note, there is no way PvP would have worked with the weapons mechanics in this game. Getting constantly one-shot through cover, around walls, barricades, vehicles, and various other objects would make gamers rage. It would make me rage a lot, and I'm toxic enough as it is. Fuck off. Talk about cut content and character development. Yeah, about that. The amount of cut content and character development abandoned is so obvious. Looking at you, Trauma Team, Meredith Stout, Haruyushi, and Tiny Mike, just a few examples. Let me start with Victor, a Ripper Doc, Cyberpunk Talk Combat Implant Doctor. After how he is introduced to us, how much respect and love he and V seem to share, I expected Hopes would be our exclusive Ripper Doc. Really isn't. There are many Ripper Docs throughout Night City, and I wish this wasn't the case. I do see why, though, as fast travelling back to Victor all the time would become tedious. It really would. Then there is Militech Mummy Meredith Stout, who you get one, possibly two missions from. Spoiler alert. Then you don't hear from her again. Recently found out Militech disappear her to the bottom of, spoiler alert, Night City Harbour if you don't solve her conundrum in the All Foods at the beginning of the game. Personally, I would have liked another mission after Meredith and V explore each other's ink at No Tell Motel. V, it's Meredith. I couldn't find the mole and Militech have sent a squad to liquidate me. Help an old friend out. I'll make it worth your while. Insert winky face. You know, it wasn't half bad having you work for me. Meredith Stout, Cyberpunk 2077. Tiny Mike, a guy you rescue from Militech upon successful completion. He gives you a sniper rifle as a reward. Or was it a pistol? No, I think it was a sniper rifle because you needed to spec into strength to use it. Oh, who fucking knows? Then spends the rest of the game in the afterlife saying, hey V, come here. With a little bit of small talk but no new missions once you go and sit down to entertain his conversation. Then there is the afterlife itself, the most notorious bar in all of Night City for mercs to receive gigs from fixers. But most of these gigs come from fixers that aren't in the afterlife. Go fucking figure. Oh my fucking god, cut content and character development, for fuck's sake. Here comes the conclusion, hope you're all ready. I made no promises, remember that. In conclusion, for any game to recover from near disaster requires solid game foundations and a development team to complement. Obviously the game has me very conflicted and is a far cry from the product advertised in pre-release trailers. Wake the fuck up, Samurai, we have a city to burn. Johnny Silverhand, Cyberpunk 2077. How the fuck are we meant to metaphorically burn the city if Johnny has stolen our body or we're fucking dead, you fucking... Don't finish that sentence. Never mind that, stick to the scripts. That's me prepping myself, anticipating that I'm going to lose my shit and just trying to reel myself back a little bit. Professional composure, breathe, relax, it's just a game, remember. What I mean by this is, if we really take a moment to analyse the Cyberpunk 2077 plot, our protagonist is tasked with, well, now that I really think about it, I'm not sure. I mean, firstly, V wanted to become the best merc in all of Night City, and that was it. There was no talk of becoming the best fixer in all of Night City. V just wanted their well-deserved spot at the fucking afterlife. Talk about lose the plot, you fucking morons. But then as soon as I say that, I'm diverted back to this. Going down in a blaze of glory or turning into an old man or old lady south to sea in your 30s. Next to the Sean, Cyberpunk 2077. Remember that game, Line Gamer? Moving right along. There are aspects and features I thoroughly enjoyed and want more of. Exploring the Night City world and most of what it had to offer was a lot of fun. And arguably, this is coming from a gamer that's been gaming at 42 years of age since he was like Atari 2600, so like 8 or 10 years old. Been playing for a long fucking time. Top 5 best worlds I've ever experienced, but equally, there are aspects and features that boil my blood. Looking at you, realistic recoil and generic slow motion cloak meta builds, internet. Tell me you played a slow-mo without telling me you played a slow-mo. Me, looking at you, Max Payne and Fear franchises, First Encounter Assault Recon, where you literally have slow motion. Also me, what I mean by this is slow motion has been around for a long fucking time and is generic and old. Look, I don't know if it's generic, but it's definitely been around for a long fucking time. Now, if you watch Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay, not just, disgruntled YouTubers raging and losing their fucking mind in a YouTube video, if you watch gameplay videos and shorts, gamers figured it out and created great synergies which became meta. I believe we've well established that I immensely dislike meta, but all games have it nowadays and power creep is real, shakes my fucking head. During the months past in writing this, I heard rumours that Phantom Liberty would be the first and last DLC the game will be receiving, and they were confirmed as of 15th of the 1st, 2024. That's how long I've been writing this review for. Cyberpunk 2077 was in development for 8+ years. This news is absolutely heartbreaking as I believe the game has potential to be a single-player EVE Online and a World of Warcraft. Obviously, dumbasses, not in terms of genre, but a game that players could explore and enjoy new content for years and years. I'm not even going to explain that. If you don't get it, like, don't even subscribe to my channel. Fuck off, because you're just too dumb for me to explain it to. Dude, you're really toxic. You're probably going to lose viewers to this. Well, whatever, Snowflake. Go and watch. Don't finish that sentence. As a side note, for those of you that don't know, EVE Online and World of Warcraft has stood the test of gaming time for over 20 years, with their development teams releasing new content and keeping with regular updates and patches. As a side note to the side note, I didn't mention GTA 5 as I've never played it and haven't played a GTA title since GTA Vice City. A part of me wonders if CDPR are doing away with the second and third DLC because Cyberpunk 2087 Project Orin is in the works. I can just hear the press release. I know what's coming, so that's why I'm laughing at my own jokes. As you all know, Cyberpunk 2077 got off to a bumpy start, and after years of hard work, patching to deliver near what we promised, we here at CDPR are taking lessons learned, applying our experiences to Cyberpunk 2087 Project Orin. Yeah, of course, trailers and titles to bait consumers to spend $89.99 on a AAA title with future content mechanics locked behind the DLC paywall. Well, it makes perfect sense. Gangoons, Cyberpunk 2077. That's basically a line from the Gangoons when they like detect V's presence. Well, it all makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't it? If Cyberpunk 2087 Project Orin is in the works, here's to hoping CDPR. That's like literally me staring at two dudes that just decided to walk through my fucking pathway when they could have walked around that way, talking to go and buy their fucking groceries at 8:30 at night when they've had all fucking day to buy their groceries. But no, let's come to Malvern Central at Woolworths and buy our groceries at 20 to fucking 9 at night, Thursday night. Fuck off, assholes. Dude, you're really toxic. Well, they've had all fucking day. Like, if Cyberpunk 2087 Project Orin is in the works, here's to hoping CDPR does take lessons learned and apply. 2 words, alpha and beta. What could that possibly mean? Johnny Silverhand, technically V, that's 3. Go fuck yourself, dickwipe. V, Cyberpunk 2077. Here's an idea. Cyberpunk 2077, Project Orin, DLC. In development for 8 years, Night City really is just a digital dystopia wasting away all of these progress and sacrifice, a pointless waste of fucking time, like I said at the fucking start of the video. V. They gave me a personal dilemma, told me to solve it, specifically titled Gigs to Complete, but nope, died, dying, or stripped of our Night City power and influence. Now, at some point during writing this, I realised I got old, long in the tooth, and refused to submit to the meter. Now, no the fuck I didn't, and no the fuck it isn't. I have no interest or desire whipping an overpowered wire to obliterate enemies, no interest or desire in pointing coarse optics and taking out enemies without contact. Mantis blades were underwhelming as fuck and also need a massive buff. I expected first-person shooter gameplay, a traditional soldier build, a primary and a secondary with grenades and overpowered perks and abilities, giving V an edge against overwhelming enemies, and Chrome that gave V double jump, survivability and recoil reduction. Immense potential for future content, but nope, joke's on you, gamer. Why didn't the engram save Jackie like it did V? If V's body is breaking down, why can't Biotechnica or Zetatech save V? Question. Google, who is Biotechnica? Answer. Biotechnica is a corporation if I can even fucking talk, specializing in genetic engineering and biotechnical, pharmaceutical, and microbiological research. Google, who is Zetatech? A corporation. Answer. A corporation specializing in wetware, hardware, and software design. Yet between both of those corporations and V's domination, V can't go and put some chrome to heads and tell them to fix him? Of course, that would just be like common fucking sense, broken ass fucking game. Why can't V go full Borg like Adam Smasher? V gets shot point blank in the head, the engram reboot, if I could even fucking talk, reboots V's vitals, Jackie gets shot in the torso and it's crickets from the engram. Heck, I would have enjoyed a plot that went something like this. V gets shot in the head, dies, and when the Engram reboots V, V is now Johnny Silverhand. Essentially, V and Jackie were both just pawns, with Johnny being the bigger picture. Attributes and perks are still the same. Johnny has to acquire his car, jacket, and pistol. Who is the main protagonist in the fucking game? V or Johnny? Make up your fucking minds. The writers for CDPR are fucking banned. You people fucking suck. There you go, gender neutral as to not offend anyone, adhering to the virtue signal. Eat a bowl of dicks. No, dude, it's a bag of dicks. Eat a bag of dicks. Okay, no, it's not a bag. No one eats from a bag. You eat from a bowl, and you carrying things in a bag. You fucking retards. That's me anticipating that you guys are going to take to the comment section and tell me that it's not a bowl of dicks, it's a bag of dicks. Whatever. Compose yourself and get back to the conclusion. This was just a little stick-it note for myself in case I was losing my shit. Fucking shit. So in conclusion, the biggest problem I have with the game, Cyberpunk 2077, is a pointless waste of time. They gave our protagonist a personal dilemma, told us to solve it, only to provide no solution, instead false hopes and broken promises. Luke White, famous YouTuber, with his 518 subscribers. The rebound from near disastrous release, fantastic. Night City and most of the content within is a lot of fun. The cut content and character development, for fuck's sake. One-shot mechanics, fuck you. Oh, funny bone. That wasn't funny. Yes, it was, dumbass. Sad and bad ending, fucking dumb. Final score, drum roll, 7 out of 10. And I'm being generous because the Night City dystopia, combined with immense potential for future content, is outstanding. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments. Questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, as I love interacting with my community. Some of you. Back to the eat a bowl of dicks. And I will see you in the next video. I also sincerely hope one day I have enough real life eddies to buy the rights to Cyberpunk 2077 and make Cyberpunk great again. If future DLC and content for Cyberpunk 2077 is reliant and waiting for people to write drafts for it, I'm personally in the process of writing fan fiction alternative. Victor Harayushi ending, spoiler alert, V lives, Johnny goes to cyberspace to practice digital fornication with old Cunningham, new missions, crazy boss fights, and pre-loot. Where was that? Oh yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, Power and Influence. I wonder who's writing that. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed writing it. Do take to the comment section and share your thoughts and opinions. I'll try not to lose my shit if you say something dumb, but no promises. See you all in the next video.